Your life can be whatever you want. We only came to Paris because
Because I said I wanted to. And that was because I hoped to see Guy.
See, Mr. Arkadin? I'm afraid things are getting just a little bit out of your control.
Out of his control. Well, that brings us to Mexico, to Sophie and Oscar and his accordion. The first thing that
So there is somebody in the story you finally recognize.
Oscar and Sophie was married.
Yeah, well, now she's got a new husband, a retired general of the Mexican Revolution.
Oh.
Oscar's playing his accordion at Sophie's restaurant for tips.
Concertina.
And blackmailing her a little on the side.
Blackmailing Sophie? That would take a nerve.
Shut up!
What is it?
I heard that car.
Sophie's car? Sophie's in Germany?
Will you please get dressed nice, Mr. Zook, and I will tell you the rest when we are somewhere that is safe.
I don't want to hear, I don't want to tell. I keep what I know to myself. It's healthy.
Oh, you don't want to talk. That's what Oscar said.
Oscar, he's a drug addict. He'll never be well.
I almost made him well. I got him out in the water. Took away his needle.
Hired me to play my music for a pleasure cruise. Pleasure. I don't know for how long we've been out on this boat, for how many days I've been
Without your heroin? Ain't that the stuff you use?
Didn't throw it away.
You'll get your junk when you start to
I
talk.
won't talk. I won't tell you
Now, we gotta go
anything.
through all this just once again. You were married to Sophie.
I still am.
And now she's got a new husband, some big shot here in Mexico. You mean she was never divorced, is that it? So it's bigamy. Is it bigamy?
I won't talk.
Okay. Okay, Buster, we'll just keep you here till you do.
What is it you want me to tell you?
I want you to tell me about Sophie's gang. All about it, everything that happened.
You could kill me first.
I may have to. I don't know how long it was I had to keep him out there, drifting around in a chartered fishing boat. But finally, he spilled everything. So even though I hadn't managed to get to Sophie, now I knew all about it. And their connections with Arkadin. But back in my hotel, there were a couple more surprises waiting for me. Yeah?
Mr. Arkadin is calling you.
Okay.
How are you coming, Vostfr?
Couldn't be better, Arkadin. I finally got the goods on you.
What?
The dirt, all of it, from before 27.
Can you prove it?
On the long-distance telephone?
Come and talk to me.
Well,
I want to talk to you now.
I don't think you understand. I'm in Mexico.
You didn't know I was on this side of the ocean. It's your first trip to Mexico. It's mine.
Seem to be treating you pretty good, huh?
And this part of the hotel is private. They keep it for me.
I suppose you own a hotel.
Well, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
What did she say?
Chiquita says she wants to go water skiing.
It's an amusing sport. I'd like to try it myself.
Yeah, you look real cute in a pair of water skis.
Oh, you think it'd be funny?
I'll take your picture. You can judge for yourself.
Mr. Arkadin would look exactly like Neptune.
Who?
Neptune. He was the god of the sea.
Yeah? Did you know that?
No.
That's what I thought. We bought a couple of mugs.
I'm leaving tonight. Sell our Mexican pesos and buy Chilean. Remember what I said about copper. Oh, and get Chiquita a little present for Members' Day.
Check. I found Sophie.
Sophie.
She's married money, but a character known as Oscar's her real husband. He's blackmailing her.
Oh,
I'll put all the details in my report.
never mind your report.
But I do mind it. I'm going to get paid for it, remember?
Tell me what you know.
In the old days in Warsaw, Sophie had 9 men working for her. 4 are dead, 2 are behind the Iron Curtain, so they can't make any trouble. Oscar's here. That leaves somebody in Germany called Jacob Zook. And 1 other.
And this other man, what's he up to?
He says he wants to go water skiing.
Any proof?
Not till I take your picture. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Your camera's shot.
Stop trying to be funny.
I think it's funny.
You're born near Tiflis. Your real name is Vaso Atabadzi. I think it's funny.
Who says that's my name?
Oscar, so it's so
Are you
easy.
trying to tell me in all seriousness that I belong to this gang?
You belong to Sophie.
This man in Germany, can he identify me too?
Zook's in a safe place, Mr. Arkadin. He's in jail.
Speaking of jail, a gentleman waiting to talk to you.
Well, tell him I'm busy.
I think you'd be wiser to see them. They're from the police, and they want to take you to your plane. Oh, and one thing more.
Yeah?
These things you claim to be finding out about me, don't speak of them to my daughter. I have your word on it.
My word? What's that worth to you?
Perhaps a man like you can't realize what it is to have a conscience and no memory at all. You imagine it's pleasant to be ashamed of something you can't even remember.
Your passport, please. These will be returned at the airport.
Tossing me out of the country, well, you better give me a chance to pack.
There is someone in Mexico City who'd like to see you.
Who's that?
The Senora Jesus Martinez, the wife of General Martinez.
Sophie?
You know the lady?
Well, I don't exactly know her.
Never mind, senor. You will soon.
Sit down, mister. We're putting you on the plane in an hour, but I'd like to hear first what you've got to say for yourself.
Sorry, but I really don't have much anything to say for myself, Madam Razwitz.
Senora Jesus Martinez. This here is my husband. I guess Oscar told you that's the general. My husband, isn't he?
Yeah, but don't think I'm trying to embarrass you, Senora
Don't
Martinez.
do anything to me, Mr. Smarty. I'll let you in on a secret. It's Oscar I was never married to. He's old now, and he's talked himself into it. A man's got to keep a little pride, and he doesn't earn much playing the concertina, poor little fellow, so I allow him to blackmail me. Not much. Just enough to keep up his self-respect. And you?
I'm the one that's got questions to ask.
You're the one that's getting tossed out of the country, Mr. Smarty. People torturing other people, that I don't go for. Poor little Oscar, why do you have to pick on him?
I wish you'd try to understand. I'm involved in a serious investigation.
Investigation? Why not leave in peace the people that's minding their own business and not hurting other people? Me, I'm married. I got a legitimate business. There's nothing against me that is not all done and over with a long time ago. So, what are you after?
I just want to check a few names with you, that's all. The men who worked for you back in Warsaw.
You got all that from Moscow?
Yeah, Atabadzi, Jacob Zook, and the fellow with the peg leg. I saw that one fished out of the harbor at Naples.
This is true.
Seems he'd come on a freighter from the Balkans. He jumped ship. For some reason, he knifed a guy called Bracco and then tried to shoot it out with the cops.
If he knifed this,
Bracco.
why did he then use a gun?
Why? I never thought of that.
So you got the names. What else do you want?
I want you to tell me about Atabadzi. It's a Van or Basha. I thought...
What about him?
I'd like you to tell me what you thought of him.
I was crazy in love with him, mister. But what's all this to you?
Well, you see, I work for Atabadzi. Of course, he has a different name now.
Sure. Gregory Arkadin.
You knew that?
Years ago. Chato, give me those photograph albums.
And you never said anything? But you must have realized what that information was worth.
Money. Money I don't need. But even if I did, mister, that kind of money I couldn't use. Not that Vasha don't owe me. He does.
200,000 Swiss francs?
It was in gold.
He borrowed this money?
If that's the way he remembers it. Give me the old one. Come here. Oscar.
I guess he must have grown his beard after he left you.
He had a beard when I saw him in Monte Carlo. But I knew him. That was years later. Sitting right next to me, he was, and he didn't know me. Why should he? Not that he hadn't changed too, of course. But why the beard, I don't know.
I think maybe it had something to do with his daughter growing up, but I wouldn't know either.
This is even the first time I heard about the child. Who's he married to?
Somebody in Berlin.
Yeah.
She died when Raina was born.
The only time I saw him afterwards was at night in the casino. When he got up from the game and moved over to the roulette, somebody whispered, "There goes a famous Gregory Arkadin." So that's how I found out what happened to my boyfriend. And the money. I was going to talk to him. "Hello, Vasha," I was going to say. "Where's the money you stole from me? Where's the gold pieces I had stored away in my old pair of drawers, Vasha? Now that you're the great Mr. Arkadin, maybe you could afford to pay me back." But I didn't. There was that old, hot, lonely kind of look in his eyes. I thought of all the fun we had together. Besides, he was winning. I'd been playing his numbers, and I was winning too. A whole lot more than what he took from me all those years ago. Even figuring the interest. So, I thought to myself, here he's gone to so much trouble to be somebody else. Why should I spoil it for him? I had my money's worth 20 years before. You can go now, mister. And when you see your boss, tell him from me he could leave well enough alone.
You mean he doesn't have to worry about you?
Why does anybody worry? He's a billionaire with a new name. So Oscar takes dough. Let them both have what they need. It's your deal, darling.
On my way through to Germany, I stopped off in Spain to see Raina.
With all passengers proceeding...
I want to go to Germany too, you know, for Christmas. But of course, the ogre wouldn't let me, so I'm off to Spain to wait for him there.
Your father's going to Germany, too? With checking up on me, huh?
Well, you know, Bob, he can't help it. Counter-espionage, mystery. After all, he's a Russian. It's the breath of life.
Hey, wait a minute. What makes you think he's a Russian?
Well, I'm his daughter.
He doesn't know himself. He really doesn't.
Is that what he told you?
Well, what about the famous amnesia?
Amnesia?
Look, in 1927, your father found himself alone in Zurich with no memory at all. He didn't know who he was, where he came. What's so funny?
Almost 30 years. Oh, really, chum? I never heard of amnesia lasting that long.
So the whole gag about him losing his memory was just a lie.
Naturally, it was a lie.
The only true part was the money he stole. And all he really wanted from me was to see how much I could find out about it. Well, I got a little further than he expected.
Yeah, you got to Munich. How did you find me?
The jail. The warden told me they let you out because you were sick. It was Christmas.
Christmas? They wanted to save themselves the price of their coffee.
Now listen to me, Zook. What I'm going to tell you now happened today. I was on my way here when suddenly I realized I wasn't alone. Polizei.
Yes.
Okay, what do you want?
Wir haben einen Anruf von der italienischen Polizei erhalten, wonach es uns sehr interessieren würde, ob in irgendeinem Zusammenhang mit...
this happen in Italy, a knifing?
Yes. As a matter of fact...
It's very interesting to learn how you that knew.
Knew that.
Well, a man died right in front of me.
Well, the Italian police sent us a photograph of the victim.
Ist doch nicht notwendig, ihm sowas zu erzählen.
So this is an old case. It's already settled. But why don't you just let me go? Mr. Arkadin's giving a party. I gotta get along.
Arkadin?
Gregory Arkadin?
Right.
Ist er doch in der Stadt?
Ja, gibt eine Gesellschaft nach Hause der.
Ja, geht in eine ganz falsche Richtung.
Ja. But you're not on your way to his hotel.
Oh, yes, I am. I just changed my mind.
We'll bring the photograph to Mr. Arkadin's apartment.
Entschuldigen Sie vielmals, wir wünschen Ihnen noch einen recht schönen Abend.
Yeah?
He says, have a nice time at the party, please.
Christmas, Merry!
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Mr.
Tell him. Thanks. Yes, thanks. I know all about it. Are you kidding?
What about the man in jail, the one you came in to see? What's his name?
You know as well as I do. Jacob Zook. He's gone.
Gone? You mean escaped?
Nah, his time was almost up and he's dying, so they let him out. He lives in a rooming house in Sebastianplatz 16.
He's dying. There's nobody left for me to worry about. Except you, of course.
Well, I'm not the only one. What about Sophie and Oscar? Operator, please. Long distance? I want to place a call. It's urgent. I'll wait at this number. The call is to Mrs. Sophie Jesus Martinez of Mexico
Entschuldigen
City.
Sie, ein Herr hat mir das soeben für Sie übergeben.
He says a gentleman downstairs asked him to deliver this.
Oh, thank you. Dankeschön. Yes?
You got the photograph?
Oh, you haven't looked at it yet. Please do so, Mr. Van Straten. As we say, there's reason to believe that you knew the murder victim.
Yes?
How about that call of yours?
What
that
about
call
it?
to Mexico?
What call?
Oh, it appears that Mr. Van Straten wished to speak personally to a certain Madame Jesus Martini or Martinez.
What are you calling Sophie for?
Just a hunch. Well?
Madame Martinez is not available. She appears to be deceased. Perhaps Mr. Van Straten would like to speak to her house.
Yes. Yes, I certainly would.
There's no need to call Mexico.
What happened to Sophie? Did she get it like Millie? With a knife? And Oscar? I was wondering if there was any point in trying to call him.
What for?
I don't know. Wish him Merry Christmas.
You'd be wasting your time.
Cops in Naples shot down a guy with a wooden leg. They think he killed Bracco. But I think that this Bracco was knifed by the man he and the peg leg were trying to blackmail.
It's a theory.
Yeah, and I could prove it if the blackmailers weren't dead.
They aren't all dead, Mr. Van Straten.
And there was Millie, poor kid. All she did was deliver a message.
Don't try to pretend she wasn't in on it with you.
She didn't even know what the name Sophie or Bracco meant.
What?
Yeah, Sophie. Sophie knew all about you, who you were. She'd known for years, and she didn't even care. Live and let live. That was Sophie's motto.
Why didn't she tell me about this before?
I didn't know she was in any danger. That should have been obvious.
Entschuldigen Sie bitte.
Bracco, Millie, Sophie, and Oscar. Now there's only Jacob Zook. Just one left.
Sure you aren't losing count? To you, Van Straten.
Ask me why. Why he's been knocking off everybody that might remember that crummy little secret is. I'd say it was all because of Raina. He's gone right off his rocker at the thought that she might find out about him. Well, you're the next to go. He's saving me for the last one. I've done all the dirty work. The only way I could save myself is by saving you, hiding you. That's why you're so important. You're the last living member of the gang.
Gang, schmang, I belong to lots of gangs.
Yes, I
So who once I knew other buds. So now he's got another name. He's rich. So go ahead, get some of the money away from him. But for this, you gotta drive me out in the cold.
He may be here at any minute. I gave him your address.
That
was before I knew he was the
killer, Schmill. Hey, you gotta prove it.
Prove it?
Yeah? A big, important man like this, there's something he shouldn't do. You gotta prove it.
Oscar and Sophie were found dead in a ditch in Mexico City with their throats cut. I just found that out on the long-distance telephone. Go ahead and laugh.
I'm not laughing, I'm coughing.
Well, go ahead and cough. Die if you got your heart set on it. Look, I'm young. I don't want to wind up with a knife in my gut.
Where I'm going, nobody could bother me. I ain't scared, but you are. So better start running.
Running? Where to?
It's a big world, mister.
Not so big when Arkadin's after you. Besides, he owns half of it.
So what do you want with me?
You knew him in Warsaw. You're the last one alive that did. Now, as long as I can keep you alive... He's here. He's coming up. We gotta get out of here and hide.
Hey, mister.
Come on.
Mister. Get me a blanket.
You're coming with me. There must be something you want. Something you dreamed of all those years in jail.
But this way, Christmas Eve, how could you go
Well, what is it?
Where you going?
Out. We gotta get out.
But this way ain't out, mister.
Which way?
That way.
Listen, whatever you want, I'm gonna get it for you, Mr. Zook. If I have to commit robbery, arson, or murder, you're going to have it.
At least let me get my pants.
What do you want with your pants?
What I do without them?
Come on!
Ain't you got no sense of decency? Also, it's cold, mister. I'll catch me a chill.
You're coming into the courtyard now. I've got to hide you.
I just moved in. I don't know. Nobody lives here. Why couldn't you stay up in my
Where do you think he's gonna look? He's got to find you gone.
What's he gonna think if he catches me out here, dancing around in my underdrawers? Also, the police, mister. I'm on parole. Good behavior. For this, I can go right smack back into the jail.
Shut up! This door's open.
So it's open. Who's going?
What's it matter? Get in.
Give me my pants.
Get in there and shut up. Get in that bed. You, here's some money. Lock the door.
All I do for is
Shut up.
find him, you understand?
mister.
I ain't heard
You
that
know what
piece
the man
in 14
said?
years.
Get them to bed.
It's something else I ain't heard in 14 years. Too late.
I tell you, I just got here. That's why I haven't seen him. That's the wrong room. I went in there by mistake. Zook lives up in the garret. Should we go see if he's there? There's just a woman in there. She's entertaining.
What do you want? Can't you say I got company? Go away. Go away or I'll call the police.
Coming back to the party.
Party? Oh, yes, your party, Mr. Arkadin, of course. Well, first I think I better go upstairs.
And talk to Jacob Zook. Go ahead, vostfr. Go upstairs and talk to him. Shivering.
It's cold. There is no heat in this building. And the rent they charge you.
How much will it cost to move where it's warm?
I owe 3 weeks.
How much?
150 marks. Or something like that.
Here's 1,000.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
There was nobody at home.
That's right, nobody.
So what's funny?
Old age. Old age.
Hey, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
What did you tell him?
Well, we just talked about how cold it is.
You, what did he say to you?
Just now thought of what
We've got to get out of here, quick.
You said I could have anything.
Well, of course we can.
Anything in the
at all,
world, you said.
anything.
Now, for 14 years I've been dreaming of this. Dreaming in jail, that's all you could do.
Well, what is it?
A goose liver.
Did you say a goose liver?
Fresh and hot. With mashed potatoes and apples and onions.
Merry Christmas!
A goose liver on Christmas Eve? And my usual stock? Never. Leave me alone or I quit.
Well?
It's no use, Herr George. A hot goose liver, that's a thing with 1 day warning.
Well, thank you very much. I'll think of something. Thank you.
If I don't get that goose liver, I'm going home.
Well, how about a nice big cut of roast beef? Or maybe a hot stuffed turkey?
Goose liver.
But look! Arkadin...
Arkadin Schmadina! Didn't even recognize me.
Are you sure?
Say nothing. Hey. Hey.
Hey, come in, me! Get back! Will you keep the door locked? We registered in the hotel under false names, but you can't tell. He may have traced us.
I'll give you an hour.
Okay.
If you ain't back by that time,
I'll be back. Fresh and hot.
With mashed potatoes and apples and onions. You're lucky me. Hey, mister! Hey, if you don't unlock the door, I'll yell for help. Help! Help! Help!
Okay, you win. The door's unlocked. But if you don't behave yourself, there'll be no goose liver. You understand?
I'll give you an hour.
Hey, Mac, could you fix me up with a goose liver?
Es tut mir leid. Wir verkaufen keine warmen Speisen. Und übrigens ist heute Weihnachten.
What are you doing now?
Shopping. Just some shopping.
Entschuldigen Sie, mein Herr, Sie können hier nicht parken.
You'd better get in. We're blocking the road. know me at this restaurant. They'll